Let's go.
All right. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of GoGetEmSports Live. Today we'll touch on how the NBA Finals between the Bucks and Suns have looked so far. Move into some NBA offseason predictions, including coaching, free agency movement. You know the deal. Of course, talk about UFC 264 between McGregor and Poirier. And let's get it popping, yo. Episode of Go Get 'em Sports Live is brought to you by PickCity.com. Your next bet comes from guys at Pick City. Every game, every league, we got you covered at PickCity.com. Before we hop into today's show, I'd like to remind everybody about our new sponsor, WagerAttack. My friend over at WagerAttack.com has IG, Twitter, has the best book with the best customer service wherever you need it. Plenty of free giveaways, free play bonuses, including the new promo he has given me to send out to my guys at GoGetEmSports. Use promo code GoGetEm for a 125% free play bonus on top of your original deposit. And he and I will both send you a free bottle of premium wine sent right to your doorstep. All right, guys, I'm going to welcome my co-host, Shane Williamson. What's up, buddy?
Hey, feeling good. I'm ready to watch a certain somebody lose tonight that we'll get into.
We'll hop into that. Let's first talk about some NBA Finals talk. Of course, Game 3 is tomorrow. Games 1 and 2 are pretty interesting. Suns took them pretty easily, I think. Not really surprised by my standpoint, maybe a little by yours. What do you see in Games 1 and 2, Shane?
Well, Game 1, they just abused Brook Lopez because he can't defend the pick and roll to save his life. That's why Chris Paul was going off. And then Game 2, I mean, the Bucks kind of had a game plan switch. They played more Giannis at the 5, which I think they need to do, and if they want to have a shot to win this series. But based off the first 2 games, it looks like the Suns are just going to trample them. And I hear everybody say, "Oh, Bucks in 4, it's going to be a sweep." Shut up. It's not going to happen. Because I would not be shocked, and I kind of believe the fact that this could be 2-2 going back into Phoenix.
Quite possibly could. Huge games coming up. Bucks tomorrow. Need to get at least one. They have to get 2, I think, in Milwaukee. They have to go back to Phoenix tied. But at least one game just to feel a little comfortable making it like must-win games in Phoenix. Chris Paul, man. I mean, we've talked about Chris Paul a lot in this show and these playoffs and finals, and he's showing himself as the MVP, man. Besides stats and, like, I mean, obviously – you guys got Giannis, LeBron, all those guys are going to put up stats, like crazy stats and all. But this dude, man, this dude's something else. This dude's showing you why he is so important to this league, why he is so important to this team. And it's just going off of the fact that what he's done with his past teams, right? Clippers were nothing before Chris Paul. The Rockets were kind of a boring team, and they brought him in for a veteran presence. Didn't work out as a team standpoint, but he still made them better. And that Thunder team, man, he showed them what winning is, how to lead. He showed Shea what happened as a point guard in the league, what you need to do, what you don't do. And he's just benefited. People have benefited so much from this guy in the league. It's crazy. He's still balling out mid-30s, hoping for another max contract next offseason. And to be honest, Shane, it looks like he's going to get it because this guy is balling out game in, game out in the biggest stage.
Yeah, no doubt about it. But a problem the Bucks are going to face is depth, because their depth compared to the Suns is absolute garbage.
Yeah.
Like the Suns have people like Cam Johnson or like Cameron Payne or Jay Crowder, even though he's a starter. But these role player type the players can drop you like 20 points a game or on an occasion, or hit those threes in the corner when they need to. Mikal Bridges went off in Game 2. He almost dropped 30. Like, if you're letting Mikal Bridges drop 30 on you, that's not gonna lead you to a win. I'm sorry. I don't know what Budenholzer does to game plan for that with defense. Well, that's not really a game plan, but like how to defend like the corner, because they were leaving people open in the corner for 3 like all night. It was a problem. So they need to figure out some way, maybe switching to zone. I don't know if that would work, but have any shot of winning this series.
Yeah, I don't know. They have to consider like either putting new people on new people or something. Something's got to change Game 3. And the problem with the Bucks is they're the worst team with adjustments. Kendrick Perkins yesterday went on ESPN and called them the dumbest NBA Finals team ever. And I think he's almost there. Like, he's close to being correct because the amount of adjustments this team has made in the finals and the playoff itself has been abysmal. I don't know if it's coaching. I don't know if it's ignorance by the players after their coaches tell them what to do, but it's been terrible. Coming out of timeouts, it's been awful to see. Not many scripted plays for Giannis or Middleton down the stretch. It's just, I don't know. I don't know if it's Boonhoser or, again, it's just the ignorance of NBA players these days, but it's just not been looking good out of timeouts and out of, like, set plays for these guys.
I think they have an identity and they want to stick to that identity, which is just shoot threes and try to play physical defense, but it's just not working because they'll overcommit on plays and then leave people open.
Yes. Problem is they lock up the 3-point line and then Ayton's wide open in the middle because Brook Lopez thinks he's a 6'2" guard and can guard the outside, and they leave PJ Tucker on Ayton, who's 7 feet tall, and PJ is 6'6". So it becomes a problem where you got to pick your poison. Do you let them shoot the threes and hope they miss, or do you just keep locking out those threes and try to put a big man or something on Ayton? Ayton's a special guy because
they don't have a big man to put on him, though. Is the problem?
I know that's the depth issue they're talking about. Like, they don't. Who's like their bench big man?
Bobby Portis, and he was ranked the worst defender in the league.
That's crazy. He is shooting the hell out of the ball. At least he's contributing to the team, but he is not that. This is just a weird team. That's why I hate the Bucks as a team. They have no identity whatsoever. Literally none, because you can't have an identity as a team and not be good at it. Okay, if you're a finals team, you have an identity and you push for that. You're strong in that area. The Bucks aren't really strong at shooting, man. Like Chris Middleton, like. This dude can put up 30 points in 5 minutes, and then the next game just have awful game. Like, and it's happened so often. Like, was it game 7? I think it was in the Nets series. The dude's going off, and this next series, it's just I don't know, man. I don't know how he goes in these cold streaks so often, but the team looks better when it's ran through Middleton. Did that make sense to you?
Because he can shoot.
If he's a primary scorer. But if he's having a bad night, man, they're screwed. Because Giannis is still not the guy to take the ball at the end of the games and win the game for you. He's not the guy yet. Problem is his shooting. You can't be the guy if you can't shoot the ball. Okay? Yep. Down the stretch, we've seen what KD does. We've seen what Kyrie does. Steph. We've seen it all. He cannot be that guy yet until he gets jump shot. So it's more. I think it's more on Middleton than anybody because he needs to show up these next 2 games big.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
No. I like I said, I think the Bucks take at least one in this series. It's got to be the first one. You got to take game 3. You have to. You have to get some momentum on your side. If they take game 3 up 3-0, dude, that's gonna be tough. Game 4 is gonna be tough. Must win game 3 for the Bucks. They gotta show out, man. They gotta shoot the ball. They gotta rebound. They gotta keep Ayton off the boards. What's up, Zach? How you doing, buddy? They have to do something different. Ayton's gotta have a bad game, and for that to happen, Brook Lopez has to stay on him. You cannot switch Brook Lopez on Chris Paul. You cannot do it because then you have Jrue Holiday on Ayton every single time, and they're feeding him if that happens. So I don't know what their game is, but something has to change, and I think it will, but we'll see. All right, moving on, sticking to NBA real quick. We're gonna do some NBA offseason predictions. I love this time of the year. I love
nice spelling of offseason.
Yikes.
Anyways, I'm just gonna drop a hot one off the rip. Kemba Walker is gonna be a Laker.
I mean, I think that's pretty prominent. The reports came out, I think, this week. It's because the Thunder just want more picks, and they're going to keep loading up, and it's going to become a problem. I don't know what their plan is with these picks, if they're making a run for a star, or if they're making a run for the first pick or something, but something's going to have to be done by the Thunder with all their packages, all their picks. But I do like the move for Kemba to be with LeBron and a guy like AD and those veterans over there, because I think it gives him more of a reset rather than playing in Thunder when you're the guy again with Shea. I think everyone thought he was going to get traded again because of Shea Gilgeous. I don't see him playing off the ball much. Obviously, Kemba can't play off the ball. So I think that was definitely a trade move. I didn't know where it would be, but it sounds like the Lakers, surrounded by a package of Kuzma, maybe some other people and some picks. Definitely.
Yeah. Speaking of Kuzma, he was quoted on saying something because he was asked about if he could be a 25 point per game player and all-star player. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and predict that that's not gonna happen.
Well, I don't know, man. I think a fresh start in OKC with Shea and Dort would be probably a good look for him just to get a reset button going. I wouldn't rule it out yet.
I would. He's too inconsistent right now.
Maybe the spotlight of LA in your first couple of years is a pretty big thing, and then like basically thrown into the fire right away with the finals and LeBron coming into town, AD, and you were basically picked as the one guy who can stay out of that group. Because remember, they had Lonzo, Ingram, Josh Hart. All these guys got traded away, and he was basically the lone wolf and saying, we want you here. So he came from a smaller basketball school in Stanford. I don't know if he's used to the spotlight as much as he is right now. So maybe a reset in a smaller community, a smaller NBA town would be good for him. I can see him scoring 15 to 18. 25 is a stretch. 25, you're a top 15 player in the league. So 25 is a stretch, but I can see him scoring 20 a game with Shea and Dort. I think I can see 20, but I don't 25 in an All-Star. That's kind of a stretch, especially if he stays in the West. So
I'm not a big Kuzma guy, so I just don't see it.
Yeah, but obviously we want these guys to succeed, and obviously we want them to play well. But 25 a game is a lot for me. But I would love to see him reset in OKC. Another thing for me, offseason wise, I want to see Carmelo go with LeBron. Just for one last hurrah, if he really wants to win something, why not do it with your buddy? There's been talks of him going there already the past couple of years. I think LeBron wants him there as another shooter. As we saw in the playoffs, he needed more shooters and more points off the bench. He stays healthy. He doesn't have many injury concerns. He knows what he's doing. Longtime veteran and a friend of LeBron. So I think that'd be a good move for the Lakers. What do you think?
I mean, I wouldn't be against it. They need shooting and they need depth in a desperate way, so it wouldn't hurt him in any way. Do I think it happens? I don't know. I think he kind of likes Portland. He likes Dame Lillard. So
I just think he's coming to the point now in his career where he's probably got maybe 2 years left. So he's got to focus more on the winning aspect and the relationship aspect. Do I see him winning in Portland? Absolutely not. Do I see him winning in LA? Probably not, but a better chance of winning, I think, with a fully healthy LeBron and a never fully healthy AD, but somewhat healthy. And I think the Lakers have a big offseason coming up. Like you said, Schroeder's gone. All right, he's done. Kemba comes in and takes his spot most likely. Still got Caruso. The Morris brother probably comes back just because he fits well with that team. They need a big man.
They might just try to run fully with Drummond.
Yeah, they could. I just don't know if he fits their aspect. I mean, a big decision coming up with this contract, but they're an exciting team to look at in the offseason. Obviously, Kemba was probably most likely going that pick. What else you got for the offseason?
Well, there's reports that Wes Unseld Jr. is going to get the Wizards job, which is cool because his dad played there, so that's interesting. But at least one star in the league is going to get traded, and we can all assume that's probably going to be Ben Simmons. But another guy, we say it every year, but I think it's very prominent now more than ever. Bradley Beal is going to get shipped somewhere.
Yeah. The problem with that is if you trade Bradley Beal, you might as well trade Russell Westbrook at that point.
Not necessarily.
I think you have to. There's no point in having that contract in your books.
If you have Westbrook as your main guy, and you get a good shooters and supporting pieces around him, I think they can at least still be a playoff team in the East.
It depends what you get back for Bradley Beal. Where do you see him going though? What trades and scenarios you see?
Maybe if somehow he could, or they make a deal with maybe like the Timberwolves, because they got a lot of young pieces that can shoot that and defend that they don't really use for some reason.
Yeah, but maybe they're guard heavy.
Maybe take two of their guards, take Russell, take someone else, Jarrett Culver or something. I think he needs a reset. Maybe going to the Wizards can be that reset, and then you throw in a first-round pick or two, and then you get back Bradley Beal. Then you have two big stars in Minnesota, in Beal and Karl-Anthony Towns. You still have Anthony Edwards there, who's developing. You have Rubio, who's the facilitator. So that they win, and then Westbrook gets a shooter that can play off the ball and can handle a little bit when Westbrook needs a break in Russell, and you get Culver, who does still have a lot of promise, even though he's not getting the play time to show that he has that potential. I still see it in him. I've seen highlight plays of him in college. He can shoot, he can drive, he can do all that. So maybe this reset could help both teams out.
Do you see a possible situation where he goes to Portland?
What, just do a McCollum swap?
Yeah.
No.
You know, they try something different in Portland before getting rid of Dame? I mean, yeah, they get rid of Dame.
I feel like the only place they'd want to get difference is the big men. But because Nurkic is a free agent. But I don't know what big man they would go after unless they want to trade McCollum for a big man. I don't know what big man's on the market. And unless they go to trade for Kevin Love, Jared Allen from Cleveland, because Cleveland's looking to take a big in the draft.
Yeah, I think Kevin Love's got to get traded this offseason. Don't know where.
Maybe he goes to actually no, that wouldn't work for Cleveland and Washington. Maybe he goes to Portland.
I think the Heat could be a watch list for Kevin Love.
I feel like the Heat are a watch list for everybody, but I don't know where they're getting this money from.
Yeah, I don't know. They have a lot of bad contracts on the team, so they could get rid of those, ship them to Cleveland. But if you have Jimmy, Kevin Love, still got Bam, that's a pretty solid three right there. They're just a weird team. I hate the team as a whole, just because they got no identity for that team whatsoever. Offseason wise, talk about my Celtics for a minute. I don't know what they do at point guard. Maybe get a veteran like Lowry for low money or something. But if Kemba's going to LA, that takes out some of our issues with point guards because they don't need a point guard anymore. What other teams need a point guard in the league?
Not really any, because a lot of them just have young guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Clippers need one.
I don't know off the top of my head who needs. Unless they just pay Reggie Jackson.
Yeah, they probably will today, but
maybe New York, the Knicks.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that. Unless they just want to run D Rose again, because D Rose was showing signs of his older self, not to the extent of MVP level, but he shows you can still get you a 20.
Yeah, so the market's pretty good, I guess, for a veteran standpoint. Obviously, Chris Paul's gonna get paid by somebody. You got Mike Conley, you got Kyle Lowry, Derrick Rose. So you have some options there. It's just the fact of, do these players take a veteran minimum, or are they looking for a big contract again? Kyle Lowry, it's kind of hard to say where he goes. It's probably Raptors, or I don't know. Does he take a small deal?
I could see the Heat have been rumored with him, but again, the Heat are rumored with everybody.
So,
they turn into what the Celtics used to be, because the Celtics used to be rumored to get every person in the NBA
and never get them.
Yeah.
Goran Dragic's in the market too. I forgot about him. So it'd be interesting to see where all these point guards go. What's up, Gigi? How you doing, buddy? Good morning from California. Talking about some NBA offseason predictions, Lakers, Celtics, Heat. Talking about some point guards, where they're going to go. I think Mike Conley does eventually stay with the Jazz, unless they look for another option. I don't know what their option would be.
I
Basically,
think the hot take right here. They need to get rid of Rudy Gobert because he limits them on the offensive side of the ball so drastically. Like he's one of those centers that just can't provide his own shot, and a lot of, unless you have a pure true playmaker at point guard like we have Chris Paul with DeAndre Ayton that can get him the ball any means necessary to get the scoring, I don't see a chance of this Jazz team making it at least to the conference finals in any near time from now. Yeah, he's a great defender and all, but like you need to score some points. And are you going to rely on Mitchell to score 50 points every game? If you are, there's no chance you're going to succeed.
I'm trying to think in the back of my head what team needs a big man.
In return, they need to get a big man that can actually do something.
No, or they go the point guard route. I think I'm missing a team I just thought of.
I just hate the Jazz. The Jazz are always that team that just needs, or they're like the Saints of the NBA. They're great in the regular season. They'll go crazy, and then when they hit the playoffs, it's like switch gets flipped and they can't do anything. They crumble. Yeah, they may have had like an injury here or there with Mike Conley and Donovan Mitchell, but still, they lost to a Clippers team that was running Nicholas Batum at the 5 in 6 games. Yeah. Nicholas Batum versus Rudy Gobert. And you're telling me Rudy Gobert can dominate.
Had some injuries, Jazz. Conley was not 100%. Mitchell was on one ankle, so I don't know if you can really put that into words. But it was, definitely a surprise to see Gobert not do as well as he did. What if they shipped him to Washington?
And got Bradley Beal? What would that do? What are they going to get? What would, and just they let they let Mike Conley go wherever?
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be mad at it, but I feel like the Jazz would have to give up more.
Or do a sign and trade with Toronto
to get Lowry.
Yeah, ship him out north, just away from the Jazz totally, and get rid of him.
I mean, that wouldn't be that big of a problem. I would not agree with that take of Giannis's East Coast Gobert because Gobert can't drive to the paint or do anything. So I don't know what that is.
He can't shoot for his life. It's looking pretty bad. Like we said earlier, it's just they have no rhythm at all. But I don't know, man. It's gonna be a good offseason, I think, coaching wise and player movement. Like the league loves player movement. So I think it's gonna happen. I don't see D-Lil getting traded. I don't see guys like that getting moved yet. Just because the new coach came in, he'll probably need Lillard to be there. Any other big moves you see coming up?
I mean, I think everybody can see the Ben Simmons move happening. Where it is, who the fuck knows? That wouldn't work. I was gonna say, what if they tried to pair up Ben Simmons with LeBron? But I don't see any way where that would work.
LeBron is basically Ben Simmons with a jump shot. So it's kind of LeBron off the ball didn't work out too well in Miami his first year. So I think they in Cleveland. So I think he just needs the ball.
What if the Lakers don't trade for Kemba and they just strictly put LeBron at point guard? And then you find some wing that you can put at the 3.
I mean, I guess. I mean, is the wing player better than any point guard you can get?
If I do the LeBron to point guard thing, I'm just looking for a guy that can strictly shoot threes. That's all you're doing. I mean, if you want to put Carmelo there, sure.
So
if you want to put,
so who would their starting 5 be?
LeBron. I think Caldwell Pope should be there.
So LeBron, Casey. Melo,
AD, Drummond. And then you try to find a guy that can score off the bench. You still trade Kuzma. I think that could still. He has some trade value, even though he kind of played like garbage this past season. But he still has some trade value because he's young and is athletic and has times where he can go off. So if you can try to trade him for some more depth pieces that could score, because that's what they were lacking in the regular season. They were had a bottom half offense. So if they do that and they can still hold their defensive presence, which I think they were ranked number 1 in the league in defense as a team, they could probably get LeBron back to the finals like that.
What do you see from the Celtics this offseason?
They'll sign some dude that they're really high on, but everybody's going to question why they signed him at point guard. That's what they're going to do. They're not going to sign a big name. They'll just.
Sorry, you cut out there.
They're gonna sign somebody that we're gonna be shocked about, and it's gonna be why did you sign him? Or they're just not gonna sign anybody. Run Marcus Smart at the 1, or re-sign Evan Fournier. Run Marcus Smart at the 1, and then just have Fournier be the 6th man. Well, one of those two things is gonna happen.
They're kind of forced to sign back Fournier because they use that awful trade exception on him. So if you basically let him walk, you're basically just shipping out $17 million. So they're kind of forced to sign him back. Not too excited about that. But I think they need Marcus Smart can't run the point. We've seen it happen before with guys like A.B. Bradley who come from the 2 to the 1, and it just doesn't work, dude. The Celtics need a facilitator, period. They have plenty of shooters. Fournier, Brown, Tatum. Plenty of guys who can shoot the ball. Horford can shoot it a little bit too. They need a facilitator. They need a Ben Simmons. All right? So it's not going to be Ben Simmons, but they need a type of guy like that who can pass the ball, didn't take a lot of shots from outside.
What if they did a trade with the Sixers and they gave up Jaylen Brown and some stuff, and you had Simmons?
Hanging news.
I mean, would it shock you if they did a move like that? They've traded in division before.
That wouldn't happen. I just bet no.
You want a facilitator? That's probably one of the best facilitators in the game.
Hate you. But the problem with Jaylen Brown and Tatum is they have to make a decision. Do they work together or they don't?
I don't think Jaylen Brown can be a number 2 on a winning team. I think he's a number 3.
What?
Yes.
Say that again.
Jaylen Brown cannot be a number 2 on a winning team. I said it. I don't care. I'm speaking the truth. Deal with it. What has Jaylen Brown done to show that he can be a number 2 on a winning team? I will wait.
Oh man, dude,
it's either Jaylen Brown can't be a number 2 or Jason Tatum can't be a number.
That and shoot 50%.
Oh, is that doing well for them in the playoffs?
He was hurt. That ass.
Okay, or can Jason Tatum? Can Jason Tatum? Either Jaylen Brown can't be a number 2, or Jaylen Brown can't be a number 1, or Jason Tatum can't be a number 1. Choose.
Both wrong.
Really? Because have they won a championship yet?
The dude's 23 years old and 24 years old.
They've been together for 4 years.
Okay, name a duo who won a championship in their first 4 years.
LeBron and AD.
No, 4 years in the league, buddy.
I mean, I don't have record books off the top of my head.
You're done. Muted. Done. You need to take a break while I fucking cool off. Jaylen Brown can't be at 2. Are you kidding me? They put up 25 a game. Shooting 50% from the field. Are you kidding me, dude? If he's slightly healthy in the playoffs, they beat the Nets. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's why I do it.
What did I just hear?
Pass out.
What did I just hear?
I said if Brown is fully healthy, they beat the Nets.
Shut up. Like, stop talking.
Probably not, but they give him a fight, I think. 5
You're
or 6
still
games.
losing 5.
No way in hell. Dude,
Yeah.
what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
If Jaylen Brown is fully healthy and losing 5?
Yes. They are outmatched by the Nets. You guys don't have 3 people to deal with.
Yeah, I have a med service brought to Shane Williams' house.
What is that? Just so you guys can win like one more game? You guys win one more game in the series?
Dude,
What does that do for you?
Okay. Jaylen Brown, 25 a game and plays tough D. Big game changer right there.
So, Brown and Tatum, Kyrie, Harden, Durant. Arguably, all 3 people are better than both of these guys.
Yeah, I guess what?
Tatum
got hurt.
Yeah, and they still beat your ass. Yeah, if everybody's healthy that entire series, no.
I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
You're like your brother. Your brother gets mad whenever you talk about the Saints. You get mad whenever I talk bad on the Celtics because you can't handle the truth.
No, I can handle the truth, dude. I can handle
really.
Can
you handle Paul Pierce shitting his pants in the finals and getting on a wheelchair? Can you handle that? Can you handle that? You can't handle the truth. Deal with it. The Celtics, until they make a big move, are gonna be just a good regular season team and get shat on in the playoffs. Deal with it.
Next up, we got UFC 264.
Oh, great. I'm going to get more people mad at me for this.
I love this show. I love it. All right. Obviously, everyone knows Poirier McGregor tonight. Is it round 3? Third fight?
This is the third time.
Third and final fight. There's not going to be another one. Everyone's saying McGregor loses. He's done. He's retiring. Bullshit, dude. The guy ain't going off on a loss.
I agree with you that he won't go off on a loss, but I also think he loses. Why? I don't see for a reason for this to be his last fight.
Why do I do this with you? Why?
You know I don't think Connor's going to win. I just don't see it. I'm sorry. If I'm the good luck charm and everything I say is wrong, then I hope McGregor wins. I don't see McGregor winning. Sorry. McGregor is not the same McGregor from a couple years ago that was the face of the UFC and dominating everybody.
He's getting to that point again. He's coming back.
Based off of what? What are you basing this off?
Him talking shit.
Hasn't he lost his past 3 fights? What are you
him talking shit?
That doesn't mean he talks shit every fight. Did you not see him talk shit to Khabib's family? What happened? What happened when he talked shit to Khabib?
He was all
when he talked shit to Khabib.
This guy's
when he talks shit.
I'm gonna respect him.
That's not the Khabib fight was probably one of the most disrespectful lead ups to a fight I've ever seen in my life.
No,
and guess what? He got dogged.
Yeah, we know. Okay, we know. Thanks. I'm saying was the last time he faced Poirier, he was like, "Oh yeah, we're friends, we're buddies, yeah, blah 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 blah." This time he tried to kick him in the nuts on the fucking press conference. McGregor first round TKO.
I'll bet you against that. I will 100% bet you against that. This fight does not last. First of all, this fight will go more than 1 round. Guaranteed. Probably. I wouldn't be shocked if this goes to decision.
Speaking of betting wise, this line for McGregor is getting worse and worse for me because it keeps changing. Look at Bovada real quick.
Yeah, you want to know why? Because everybody wants to bet McGregor because it's Conor McGregor.
No, last night. Okay, so everybody's sharp bettors are on Poirier last night, but I'm gonna tell you right now, hasn't changed yet, but there'll be a lot of money on McGregor today. I won't be surprised if he becomes the absolute favorite before this fight starts. I know, I was just joking. Maybe not. But it's at plus 105 right now. Still great value. Now, here's the thing. Is that like a trap bet? I don't think so. I think it'd be a trap bet if it was at like plus 150, plus 175.
Well,
But
there's no
plus
way
105
McGregor would be that big of a underdog.
That's what I'm
Just 'cause it's
saying. I'm saying
McGregor.
if it ever was, it'd be kind of a trap bet if they think Poirier's gonna really kick his ass. The problem with this is Poirier's only minus 125, which I don't really see much value there, man. I don't know. I'm still on the side on if I'm gonna place a bet tonight on this. Don't usually.
I mean,
bet on
obviously you'd want to because it's an event fight, but I don't know if it's really worth it to bet on.
Yeah. I don't know.
Because
there's not. I don't. Oh, and Greg Hardy fights tonight. Wow. They got some good fights tonight. I'm looking at this card right now.
Yeah, one of my picks is on a fight that should not be happening on this card.
Really?
Yes. There's no reason for this dude to be on the card, and I'll give my reason why. When we get to the free picks.
Conor O'Malley minus. You thought laying 1,000?
I'm sorry to all the McGregor fans, but if you see disappointment again, don't be surprised. He disappointed everybody last fight.
What's up, Zach?
Who knows what's gonna happen?
I'm still on McGregor. I'll always be on McGregor no matter what. I'm not going against him. So betting wise, I might not bet for him, but rooting wise, I'll always root for McGregor just because he's like I love his persona. All right, good talk. Some terrible takes by Shane Williamson.
Bro, you just said the Celtics would beat the Nets.
Anyways, moving on. Let's get some free picks going for the boys. You said you have one pick for UFC tonight?
I have two picks for the Octagon, actually. Let's get politically correct here. All right. This first one's not as spicy as the next one, or actually it kind of is, but kind of isn't. Stephen Thompson to win by decision versus Gilbert Burns is at plus 160 right now. I'm jumping all over that. Stephen Thompson hasn't won a fight by stoppage in the past 5 years. I feel like that alone it just sells the point. And then Burns is a big takedown fighter. He likes to get on the ground and do holds and whatnot. Stephen Thompson's his best part of his game is his takedown defense, so that's going to kind of neutralize Gilbert Burns, and it's going to become a straight fist fight. And I think Thompson has the edge there. So, he doesn't have the ability to end the fight with his punches, obviously, but I think he does enough to get the win here. And at plus 160, it looks kind of juicy.
Okay.
What do you want me to do? My other one, or what's up?
Yeah, you can go ahead. Yeah.
All right. So this fight, I don't think should be on the card because simply for the fact that Conor McGregor is on this card. Because you just put the two biggest characters in the UFC on the same card. And it was already a big selling point. So why did you need him here? Sean O'Malley I think is the next face of the UFC. I think he has that. He's got the arrogance. He's got the X factor, I believe. Even though he's faced one ranked fighter and he got absolutely dogged by him, but he's still a young talent. But he's fighting Chris Mutino, who's a replacement for the guy that Sean O'Malley was going to face. So it's on short notice. Sean O'Malley is just an absolute haymaker. I have this ending in under 1.5 rounds for Sean O'Malley minus 165. They're gonna want to get him going on a tear because they want somebody to be the face of the UFC or next face of the UFC, and I think it's him.
Okay. Anything on the diamond today?
Absolutely not, because the fucking Phillies cucked me yesterday.
Yeah, bad game by the Phils. All right. Go time. Diamond. Here we go. Early game today, White Sox, Orioles. White Sox have been on a tear with the bats lately. I think it continues today. This line's not really prominent on most books, but I found it on Bovada, so I'm going to take it. I'm going to take the White Sox first 5 team total over 2.5. The Orioles pitching has just been so bad. They have Thomas Eshelman throwing today, who has
Dude,
not
he's my favorite player.
Yeah, right. He has not gone more than 4 innings. He's given up like a shit ton of runs the last couple games. His ERA at home is about 9. So yeah, I'm gonna take the over 2.5 first 5. If he goes up less than 3 runs to this White Sox team to end his start, I'll be very surprised. Next game I have is a later game, not a total late game. The Giants versus the Nationals. -1.5 is pretty juicy. Yeah, look at -110, great value. Descalfini throwing for the Giants today has been great. The last time he threw against the Nationals, he went 9 innings strong, almost threw a no-hitter. Gave up 1 hit. John Lester throwing for the Nationals today had a great game last time, but his ERA on the road is horrendous. I think it's over 5. So I think the Giants jump on him early. Another good player for this could be the first 5 line at -135 for the Giants to be leading after 5 innings. I like that too. Haven't decided which one I'm going to take. This one's going to be -1 for the full game. Giants first 5 -0.5. The first 5 money line is too juicy at -200, so I like that. So I'm taking the -0.5. So leading after 5. Octagon wise, I like McGregor. It's a given. Not too many plays on the diamond that I like today besides those 2. Kind of a boring day at MLB. But if I see anything free, you guys know where to get it at GoGetEm_sports on Twitter, Instagram. I do have a promotion going right now. If you hit my Twitter up, tell them that you got sent from the show. I'll give you a good deal on some whales this weekend. I sent out a promo this morning. I'll get you hooked up for a low price of 2 days, a couple whale plays, get that bankroll back up. All right, guys. I am 7-3 last 10, 11-4 last 15 in whale plays. I'm getting heated up, just about ready for NFL season. As my boy Shane and I are going to kill it this year, as always. Shane, anything else for the team? Okay.
Nah.
Shane?
Nah, I'm just ready to watch McGregor lose.
We'll be watching it. So hope you guys have a great night. Go McGregor. And we'll catch you all on the flippity flip.